Okay, just a quick disclaimer before this video starts. Note that this Roblox game shares the exact names to the Sonic mobile game Sonic Dash. Don't know why, but yeah. So when referring to Sonic Dash, I'm talking about the Roblox game, not the mobile game. Got it? Okay, now let's start. Sonic Dash was a Roblox game released on February 16th, 2020, and is a game that gained quite some traction as it has now about 33 million visits as of making this. The game originally had just one level to start, but with many updates brought new levels, hardcore level variants, challenge stages, features, and even a brand new side game for Sonic Dash Unpacked where you can play older versions of levels and get access to some extras. The game seemed to keep on going strong, but all of a sudden, in the span of late 2022 to early 2023, the active player base started to dwindle and the game seemed to die out for some reason. The game's updates slowed down substantially and the future of this game is very gloomy and uncertain. Why is this? Why did the game start losing players? How can the game get saved? Will the game be in this weird state forever? That's what I want to find out in today's video. Let's go over the weird state of Roblox, Sonic Dash. First, I just want to mention, why am I spending so much of my time making this video? Why do I care so much about this topic? The answer is quite simple. I love this game. It is one of my most nostalgic and favorite Roblox games, and I have been following this game for most of its life, and it's still my favorite Roblox Sonic game. I like it even more than the official Sega one. And I'm not blinded by nostalgia. The game still holds up great to this day, with simple gameplay and controls that welcome anyone new, while still challenging to master its momentum and physics. And man, when you get that physics and momentum down, it feels so satisfying. Levels are the best part of the game, by far, as they are made of some of the most replayable video game levels ever, in my opinion at least. All of these levels are so good and are very fun to blast through with the game's physics and controls. I've played these levels millions of times. I've never gotten bored of them once, which is great. But this is also why it's sad for me to see this game getting little updates nowadays, and it also feels like this game isn't expanding and unlocking its true potential because these are few areas through the game that could be expanded upon. Like I'm trying to say, yeah, there's definitely like a lot of areas in the game that could be expanded upon. It's not perfect. Nothing is ever truly perfect, or will be, but everything should strive to be great, and that it nails. So, this is why I'm making this video, discussing this with you all. Speaking of the video topic at hand, now this question isn't too hard to answer, actually. I mentioned how this game started to decline in about late 2022, or about early 2023, like around that time. And around this time, game updates got slower and started to have less content in them. As an example, the game has only about one new stage and about 3 to 4 major updates since that period I mentioned. Before this period, there were constant updates and a lot more frequent stages. Eventually, players caught on and stopped playing the game, as there was nothing much to do in it. Even I started not playing as much, as I now only play when there's a new update, or if I feel like playing a couple levels every once in a while. In most cases, Roblox updates help keep the game going strong and live longer. Without a game that without updates, for no reason and has no explanation to why it has no updates, the game will either start to die out or player base will diminish significantly. People that only really play Sonic Dash nowadays are hardcore fans like me and at new players playing the game for the first time every once in a while. And those numbers aren't too big. Now the question is, why haven't there been no updates? And is it even worth it? Now I haven't really gotten into much detail on this weird state. You might think it's just because of the endiness of the game having almost no players in it. Well, it is somewhat true with this game, but not in the way you might think. In most games with little to no players, like Battle of the Marbles is an example, it feels like normal, just way more empty, and in most cases, a bit saddening as the game is no longer really inhabited. But with Sonic Dash, it feels like this, but it has a sort of uncanny and strange vibe to it. The cheery or action-packed music in the background, just by yourself with like one or two other people, and in the stages, just you running by yourself, rolling with the music to accompany you. It feels weird to me, as back in the day, you would see many Sonic and Tails' I guess how you pronounce it, running and enjoying the level with you. This is mainly based on my long-time experience with the game, and this might not apply to newer players, but this game is designed to be single-player with its gameplay, so the multiplayer, I put in quotes, multiplayer aspects, shouldn't feel like it matters to the game, right? Well, for me, it adds to the charm of the game. It makes the game feel even less popular in the shell of its former self. Even though the game is still held up, same regard as it always had. Another reason why this game feels weird is that there are a ton of bugs and glitches and issues, and a bunch of other kinds of stuff in the game that weren't there before. It makes playing the game a little more frustrating. Like, for example, the character models, textures look a bit stiff and off now. Tails' walking / running animation doesn't cycle properly. Whenever he stands, he doesn't go into his standing animation, he does that. Hell, one time when I was playing the level with him, his animation didn't work at all. He was just T-posing through the level. It was actually pretty funny, but it's still quite a big bug. The stage numbers when loading in a level are all wonky, and the levels could definitely use to be fixed up on the chronological order. The level portals feel like they take ages to get through sometimes, and for the hardcore levels, the level portals don't even work. It's gotten so bad to the point where he does how to close the levels to fix the glitch. And as I'm working on this video, they are still inaccessible. And I'll actually go more into that later, actually. Yeah. Luckily, some of the bugs have been fixed throughout the major and minor updates of 2023, as it was way worse than now, but it feels so weird to have them and just adds to the weird state of the game. This is really why I wanted the game to succeed, so it can get out of this weird state. I really would want to see it grow, and this entire video is proof of it. But this game needs to start getting back into the flow of updates. Speaking of which, now the past few updates we've had have been okay, but like I said, we haven't gotten anything too much since the last half of 2022. We've had a new stage, a Halloween 22 event, which added new spooky level variants to some stages, like usual. Although this event did not come back in 2023, and the Autumn Runaway Halloween variants never got removed. So it's been stuck like this for forever. Kind of ironic since it was and still is the most recent level added, and it's been so long I forgot what the original was like. So please fix it, devs, as this is another bug plaguing the game. And we also got Christmas 2022 event, but it's the same like it is always pretty much every year, and still didn't come back for 2023. And for the 2023 updates, all we really got was some hardcore stages now being free instead of having to pay Roblox for them because they used to be part of like this DLC pack. But again, you know, this was the issue where you couldn't access the levels, which I mentioned earlier. And there was some updates to some stages, which was actually quite nice to see. Other than some minor bug fixes and other minor changes as well, Sonic Dash Unpacked receiving a new extra and the old version of Windmill Grasslands being put in. That's really all. That's really been all. Now, it's very unclear why the game has not been getting much updates. The main developer and creator of this game, Apotos, has stated a couple times that he's simply just been very busy. But it's hard to say with what. If it is something very personal, then it makes sense why he would take a break from the game. And he isn't abandoning it, as he stated in those times that he really wants to start updating the game again. We'll just have to wait and see for any new info on that game. Or on the game. And I can't forget to mention that this game has a small development team, with only the main developer being Apotos and two other developers, Aria and Isaac, I think I'm pronouncing that right, working on the game. So it is quite impressive that they were able to produce a consistent flow of updates beforehand. So it could be quite a while for them to make an update, especially if it's a big one. But like I said, you'll have to wait and see for more news. And if we're planning updates in the future, there's not much. Aria did come out a long while ago saying that they are working on new systems like rings and loops, which does seem promising, but we haven't seen any more further news on that. There's definitely plenty of stuff they could do for updates. Get new stages, new hardcore and challenge stages, new features like the ring and loop system that I mentioned earlier, new badges and achievements to go for, and bring some old stages back, like Desert Dash, hasn't been here in ages, being removed before late 2022. You can still play it in Unpacked, but it's the older and not as good version. And the original Frozen Islands also has gotten removed not too long ago. And while I can still play it in Unpacked, like Desert Dash, it's nice to have it in a normal game unless there's some sensible workaround due to its remake. The game really needs to keep the flow with more updates, as I've already stated plenty enough, and some advertising to let people know that it exists and for them to play it. But we just need to see what the developers can do, which kind of leads into me wrapping this up and delivering a couple things in the... So overall, Sonic Dash is not in the best place right now, with its weird state due to its dying popularity, a lack of updates, and a multitude of bugs still in the game. Well, this game needs some proper major updates and a boost of popularity. Maybe with advertising somehow, or maybe the updates themselves will do the trick. Who knows? But it's all up to the developers. We haven't had a single major update in 2024 yet, so hopefully you'll get some later in the year. Again, we don't know what kind of busy things or personal stuff the devs are in right now, or if they're just unmotivated and they can't seem or want to update the game in the near future, or even never again. Then it's okay. In real life stuff is more important than Roblox, but developers can either find a way to balance out life and work on Sonic Dash, or a giant motivation tree they can recover from, or just simply not knowing what to do with the game. They should strive to make new and exciting updates. I love when this game can grow and improve, and this is still one of my most favorite nostalgic Roblox games, as some of my most precious memories on Roblox come from this game. From checking out new updates, to seeing really rare badges, to finding the secret Green Hill area for the first time all on my own, and especially back when I first played the game, when at the time the news level was Stylish Streets. I've had a lot of fun with this game, and want to keep seeing it run on. But as with many other things, time will tell. Let's just hope this game has a great legacy in future, no matter how things go. Well, that's the end of today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe. You don't have to, but it helps a lot. Currently trying to get a 50 subs before June 8th. My channel's 1 year anniversary. That'd be cool. Now, actually, the funny thing is, I wrote the script before I got 50 subs, and now I do, because, like, I recorded the script before I got 50 subs, and then when I finally started recording the voiceover, now I got 50 subs. It's kind of, I mean, if you still subscribe, it would be cool, you don't have to, but still, I definitely will be making an update video about 50 subscribers, because I did not expect to do this this happened so, fast, so, yeah. No, okay. And while they're on the channel page, be sure to check out some of my other stuff. Also, be sure to check out my Twitter in the description. But yeah, that's all. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.